Hi everyone, my name is Xavier. I'm a librarian from NLB's Children's Services, and today I'll be sharing with you about the School Library Revamp project. More specifically, I'll be sharing with you about how we're taking this project from 2020 to 2021 and beyond. So before we begin, I'd like to invite everyone to close your eyes and imagine your ideal school library with me. How would it make you feel? And more importantly, how will it make your students feel if they were in your ideal school library space? Think about the qualities of your ideal library that will create such positive feelings within you. Now that we have that thought and that feeling, some introductions. My name is Xavier. I belong to the School Library Revamp team. We are a very small group of librarians who are excited about libraries and helping schools make their libraries exciting as well. So, from 2018 to 2020, what did we do? We were undertaking a consulting role with 3 pilot schools that were undergoing their own school library revamp. So we made ourselves available as consultants during the pre, mid, and post phases of their revamp. And throughout this process, we were able to utilize and get better acquainted with certain best practices that we hope to continue to share with schools and school educators like yourself. I'd like to give special acknowledgement and thanks to Bedok South Secondary, Meridian Secondary School, and Methodist Girls Secondary School for being such wonderful partners throughout this process. So let's begin with an overview of the 3 schools and their pre and post revamp changes. So let's begin with Bedok South Secondary. Notice how the shelves and the tables and chairs are all placed in very close proximity to each other, as well as the librarian's counter. And now, post revamp. Notice now how each zone has a very specific function. For instance, we have modular furniture for group discussions. You can see that the tables and chairs can be rearranged or taken apart to fit the needs of the students as they gather together for projects or for discussions. Notice also that the individual study areas have front-facing tables and chairs, so the students are not encouraged to talk to each other and can better concentrate on their work. Okay, so now moving on to Meridian Secondary School. This is the pre-revamp state of Meridian Secondary and the post-revamp. You can see integrated bookshelves with book displays. So the bookshelves are no longer just a place to store your physical book titles, but it can also serve as a display area to market the titles that you currently have. And a buzzing zone, which is just a fancy way of saying a very fun collaborative zone where students can gather together and just read casually. So the library is not just a very intimidating space, but a very inviting one as well, where they can gather with friends and have casual conversations, obviously not too loud, and just read together. So last but not least, we have Methodist Girls School Secondary, and this is the pre-revamp phase of their school. 2 levels to this school, so it's a bit different. The first level is more of a traditional library setup with shelves and areas for reading. And the second floor has a lot of underutilized space. You see that there is like a few tables and chairs for revision and studying and quiet work, but there's a lot of space that is not being used at the moment. So this is the post-revamp look of Methodist Girls Secondary. And you notice there are hammocks as well and many colorful tables and also I guess cushions, which creates a sense of ease and comfort within this space. So students who want to borrow books can come up and just casually just read here or hang out with their friends. As well as you notice that the study tables also are set up in a kind of examination format to create that sense of concentration for the students. So this is what we're all here for, the future of School Library Revamp for 2021 and beyond. So what's going to happen next for our project? So we are currently in the midst of finishing our School Library Revamp Guide for Schools. In this publication, it will cover topics such as how to kickstart your revamp journey, give you some tips on how to improve your library's physical space, and give you very important, or not important, but like useful information on collection building and programming, specifically library programming. So how to bring in fun activities for your students within your library space. So it's not just a, very, like, I guess, just a place you come to borrow or read books, So there's also research data from our pilot schools. All of our sharings within this publication, or most of it, will be based on our collaboration with the 3 pilot schools that we've been working with. And I'll be launching in 2021. So if you're planning to revamp your school library before then, fret not, you can still contact us for an exclusive one-time consultation. So how can you do that? And what should you do to prepare for that consultation? So let me share that with you now. You need to know your timeline. So your timeline is how long you have for your revamp to take place, right? How long do you have? How long are you given? And are you doing it in phases? because a school library revamp can take a quite a long period of time, and the library has to be available for students. So you're not going to necessarily renovate or revamp your school throughout the term and make it unavailable for your students to use. So not only that, you also have to consider your revamp objectives. And at the start of this presentation, I asked you to imagine your ideal library, but you have to bear in mind that your ideal library needs to align with your school leadership's objectives as well. What is the direction they see your school library taking? And more importantly, this is a bigger picture question. How does your school library fit in your school community? What needs does this school library have to address or engage with? They are not being met at the moment. And last but not least, some pictures, videos, and plans of your current library would be good as well, because now we're in the phase of COVID-19. So we might not be able to necessarily come down and have a recce of your school, or it might not be the most convenient thing to do right now. So having pictures and videos and plans would give us an idea of not only where you are right now, but where you can take your library based on your physical limitations or physical characteristics of your library. So if you're interested in this, just contact your NLB account holder, or you can email inquiry@nlb.gov.sg, and we can set you up and get in contact with us, and we will see what we can do from there. So thank you very much.